Nobody cares about ESG anymore. Do you think that's right? Does nobody care about ESG anymore?
Um, no, that's certainly not the case. But I think what has happened is, and I attended some conferences over the LME week, which is which we held. It's all the great and good descend on London. And one of the mining CEOs put it very, very well. He said, look, in 2020, 21, 22, all his investor meetings were all about ESG. 80% was ESG, and 20% growth, cash flow, etc. And now he says nobody asks him about it. But that doesn't mean that they don't care about it. It means it's a hygiene factor. And the mining companies, you just have to be on top of it. Social, are you dealing fairly with the communities? Are you looking after your employees? And it's a hygiene factor. You just have to do it, and it's so entrenched within the mining companies to focus on it on a day-to-day basis. Um, and I think that was always the case. The only thing that they had to adapt to is how did they report that, and how did they glam it up a little bit for the ESG investors to say this is all the things that we're doing, because it's very, very, you can lose your social license very, very quickly. And we've seen that in Panama with First Quantum. Government communities protested and they shut the mine down. Now it's a long, laborious process to try and get that mine restarted again. So I think investors are worrying less about it, but I think the fundamental assumption is you're doing it anyway, and and if you aren't, and we find out about it, I guess that's gonna be a problem.